Ooh. The newspaper falls to the floor, slipping from your numb hands, the headline whirling round and round in your head. This can't be true. How could this be true? Has it really been 2 months since that day? You find yourself back there, rushing back home after a particularly long and stressful day of work. You're already late, but if you keep the speed limit, there's no way you're going to hear the end of it. You could probably shave 10 minutes or so off the journey if you wanted. A little mad is better than a lot mad. They're going to be mad either way. It seems everything is against you this evening. You have to stop at every traffic light, every stop sign, every junction between you and your destination. You're well over 45 minutes late by the time you finally pull up at the house, only to see a Betterment vehicle parked outside, lights still flashing. CCOs are leading someone from your house to the van, your son's voice calling you, then the door's shut and it's driving away, the spinning lights blinding you as your vision starts to swim. Charlie. And now you're in the break room. People at work have started avoiding you. Some of the show's crews started giving you funny looks. Bozeman's even been micromanaging you less than usual. Charlie had loved Advance. From the go-getters, the Cohh cadets, to the Cohh community manager he was on track to become. You and Sam had both gone to see him at the Betterment Center last week, as soon as you'd be able to. Even then, he'd been positive, making friends explain that the system was there to help people and that he was actually able to do that while staying there too. That headline, 5 simple words, in bold black type: disrupt terrorist dies in Betterment. Winston was particularly violent, attacking a Betterment mentor. Died in the infirmary after failed attempts at resuscitation. What? Aren't we Winston? Or did they kill his son? Oh, Winston's the last name. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, they killed our kid? Why? He was actually it. Oh, man. Ooh. Damn, dude. Last time we went away, it was an amazing weekend together, and this time it's going to be even better. And what better way to start off than going all out in cooking a nice meal from scratch fancy. Even you and Chris seem to be on the same page for the first time in years. Maybe it's been long enough for them to forgive you, or perhaps they've decided that they were unfair to ask you. But either way, you're grateful for the newfound peace. Sam steps into the hallway. You're waiting in the doorway to the kitchen, dressed to the nines and acting as nonchalant as possible. Alex, what's all this? Oh my God, did you clean? And what's that smell? They give you a quick kiss and step back past you into the kitchen where the banquet is laid out, candles lit, and Chris standing quietly grinning. Oh my God, Alex, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, Chris echoes as Sam turns to you, smiling and with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect. Sam rushes over and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get a less subtle cough from Chris. Just before I leave you to it, I took the liberty of leaving another couple of bottles of champagne in the fridge. Have fun, you two. They smile at you for the first time in a long time with nothing but warmth in their eyes. My pleasure. I'll see you both around. Have a great evening. With that, they leave, putting the front door behind them. The same door reminds you of the kids, and for a moment, their absence is a physical pain. I love you too, they breathe, admiring the monopoly of food you prepared for them. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne in the evening. It's not the last. At least you've still got each other. Oh, man. Fallen Mystic, thank you, bud. Jesus. How many days does this game go to? Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in the cinemas and never seemed to be in stock when one of you wants to pick it up on VHS. 6969, 9001. Oh, thank you guys so much. 1984. Okay. Now you're just waiting for them to get home so you can start. You hear the front door open and you put a bowl of popcorn on the coffee table. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both the film and snacks as they sit next to you. You have to actually nub them back to their stupor. What is it? I've just been let go from work. Apparently there just isn't a need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children, so they can't justify the expense. They don't get it. There just isn't demand for younger year teachers anymore. Not just here, anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do, what we're going to do. Barely scraping it by it is, and now we're going to have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We've got too many debts to pay. If that's what we have to do, fine. It's only the 2 of us now anyway. I suppose you're right. Still hate the idea of losing this place. Think of everything that's happened here, Alex? Oh, yeah. Ugh. Hey, Days Moon. The sterility? 3 years since the uprising. Lord.
Winston, I know we don't see eye to eye on much, but things could be significantly worse. Why don't you try to muddle through for a change rather than your established approach of giving me a headache? If not for me, do it for the children, Alex. It's advanced as ill-conceived bring your daughter to work day today, so there's even more people than usual for you to disappoint.
Expect catchy tunes and scenes of an inappropriately sexual nature. Not one to miss. At 10 p.m., it's time for Julia's
Bring your
Diary,
daughter to work
where the
day.
popular Prime Minister reads extracts from her diary in front of a warm fire.
Cool.
Then at 10:30, it's the latest episode of our drama series, Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily.
This game jumps between being hilarious and dark seamlessly. Yeah, it's a little
And this is
messed
Jenny.
up, man.
She's the floor manager.
Hi,
Stacey.
Strong language and
That's
themes
Colin.
such as
He,
those are not one for the kids.
Too much. Don't talk
In
to Colin.
sizes is at 11:15,
Not getting involved and bring your daughter
and
to work,
Dr.
eh, Colin?
Oh, is that her
We
daughter?
don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to Mum.
Believe in what?
Just days.
How did it all go so right? That's followed by the territory
Atta
weather
girl.
reports, advanced briefing, and
10
pages of
seconds,
character,
everybody.
now
All of
featuring up to 16
Oh.
simultaneous
That
colours.
explains so
What a
much.
time to be
Okay, we are
alive.
going in
But
5,
first, time to
4.
put on
This is
your
gonna be a
Three.
thing.
glasses as we go over to Megan and the team at the
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolfe. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
All right then, here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humberset. To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from thinking about the 85% sterility rate. So next week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you know how we love your uncanny comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot, or the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Catherine from Berkeldown sent us this, saying, I couldn't help but spot the face of poor departed Peter Clement in my 4th lager this morning. Oh, I'm not sure if I see it, Catherine, but then again, I'm only on my 3rd. Do keep those coming in. Come on, let me have a go. We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out, okay?
So this one says it's from John in Stokely. Before I was convicted, I'd never read a single book, but since I was released from Betterment, I haven't been able to stop. I'm even working at a library, and on our lunch breaks, Mr. Wordyworth spell checks my tattoos.
We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become better people. So do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
No, you're all right, thanks.
Come on, give it a try.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here. You'll need to use the S effect buttons for the next segment, but Advance have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
Tonight on the NNN, it's time to see winners live from the Shakespeare Theatre right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay, surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. Of all the many duties I have as team leader, this is by far the most pleasant. As I so often say to you, the uneven past is now, following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us.
I have to click them.
This is...
I can't do the other ones.
And I say to you, it's better now. I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to Alfie Tatchbadger. So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Is he all right?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Oh, could you turn it on?
My rating isn't going down
Yes, it
from not
drains the
clicking this.
battery.
Well, will you tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation?
This is so awkward
Yeah, he
without
says
these. I
that's
love
fine
it.
then. And I will help him with that, yeah.
If you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
So, Alfie,
What?
you're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Oh, where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just
I'll give him
the
that one.
ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
A likely story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, you're
A woman.
Yeah, a woman. One of
Women
them.
can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Can you piss standing up?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Oh, are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that, so...
When I was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked me mum and pap. There was no television then, back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
Well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog, but it were a stone.
A stone?
Yes. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then on account of the king having a patchy face. And I decided to introduce him to pretty little Gertie Thimble, who lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
She threw my dog in the river. That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh no, I've been married 7 times, divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, see? Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First, let's turn to the reason we're all here, the weekly Territory 1 Team Awards. First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Hamble-Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven past, she'd have been locked up. Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snister.
Are you here to change me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
I mean, 2 sugars, please. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Oh. Well,
There he goes. Look.
I can't get the arms higher than that. You'll have to go down now.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Are we in? As the actors said to the bishop.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Daphne Snister, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Don't hold back there. She's tougher than one of Peter's homemade Eccles cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my change? I've been in these wide fronts for 3 days now.
We'll get to that, Alfie.
Oh, right you are, love.
Next up tonight is a couple from Farnley who, after a rocky start losing
This
their
is
family's
fine.
ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia Jackson Randy
These names, dude.
Medals, Alfie.
When I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best mate.
Should we just grab them for ourselves?
Probably for the best.
And his best mate was Smudger Ace. There was them 2, Fiddly Eric, Unstable Terry, and of course, Leggy Sydney. She were a girl, but she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us had ever seen, close up. She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankfurt prison in an argument over an olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home. Sydney got a fatal skin condition. Scratched herself to death. It makes you think.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So, Otho and Lobelia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony.
I used to have 3.
So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, but before we do, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Oh, absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
Good. When Advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
Well, you might as well have the rest of it, too.
Oh, security!
Oh God, not again. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Fannies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flappy bits off my channel, Alex.
But I like flappy bits.
Oh, no.
Got to go. It isn't right and it isn't fair.
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know. Oh, no, you don't.
You can't mix pearls with swine. It isn't right. We used to have 3 horses, then turned to Bethel and hung well. And now what have we got? 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that won't bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Tadge. Pleased to meet you.
Stop them!
Oh, don't worry, love. I'll protect you. Oh, 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 oh.
The beggar won't know what he knows.
You know, this reminds me of when I was in my 20s and we go to the and watch all the pretty girls on the beach.
Thank you, Zonlawan. Appreciate it.
Black and white. Then, of course, we'd visit the Penny Arcade and try to win a block of lard to take home for the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it. Oh, it was so much simpler back then. Boys were boys, girls were girls. Everyone else was recruited by the circuses. There were loads of them, you see, circuses, with their big tents and their candy floss. You'd hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after giving a particularly loud round of applause. Did you ever go to the circus?
What's that, Alfie?
The circus, oh, never mind. Yeah, just a tea, pet.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia. Some people simply can't let go of the past. That's why I look in joy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So cohesive, such a team. And with fertility falling throughout the territories, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got 'em, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood. Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverley.
Oh, I'll be glad to measure.
You should be in a transition centre, you old nonk. Prime Minister, it's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense, Prime Minister. You have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with 9 fists. As with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you've won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betterment. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, Betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they don't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Night. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant. Report the non-cohesives. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's awards. Join me next week when, hopefully, things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
Oh, my God.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team awards ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, the pretties were saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Okay, well, succinctly put there, if a little profane. After the break, we'll be going live to a star-studded premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet tonight. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back after.
Peter Clement was my best friend.
You know, somewhere else in this building, in a tiny room, all by themselves, is a person called...
Oh, Alex, one other... What's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work with Junior, but... Oh, I see. No luck still with Theo. I'm so sorry, darling. Of course. I'll speak to you later. Oh, Alex, completely forgot what I was going to say. Blast it all. Still, I'm lucky to have her.
It's like having him back in the chair.
Do you reckon he's watching us somewhere? Laughing. I think he is.
Jeremy.
Wow. Don the One with the 82 months. 82 amazing months of support for the best person, best community, the best place on Twitch. Here's to many more. Don the One, COA. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Something that speaks from and to your hearts. an original composition of cooperation and cohesiveness, a song of solidarity for a steadfast society. No previous songwriting experience is required. All you need to do is record or notate your anthem and, if possible, arrange it for a modern 39-piece chamber orchestra or 44-voice choir. The entries will be judged by acclaimed composer Jonathan Williamson, responsible for the soundtracks to Bullet
They do
Man,
know I have a Queen's View degree in German.
The Automated, and, of course, Space Opera, Parts 1, 2, and 5. So why not put on your composing trousers, sharpen your music stick, and have a go? You can grab the friendly 31-page entry form at your nearest team offices. Advance, because a mighty movement requires a mighty melody.
And we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Welcome
Wishing
back.
She wasn't. Stacey's still here.
Thanks, Stacey. Wishing.
And in this segment, we're delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late, great Helena Canterbury Boatshoe. And all the stars are out tonight. We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated. Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the film and turning it into a special edition and premiering tonight. With extensive state-of-the-art visual effects and a top-quality voice team, George says it's the movie he always wanted to make. Now, let's take a look at it.
I can't deconstruct it.
Captain?
I can't deconstruct it. Robots!
Is this a wig?
You think I don't grow that?
No, Dick, I'll kill you. Think of satin.
There's something on your face, Chief Harrison! I wish you were real, baby. Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby. If only I'd noticed.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, Dick, you said.
Got one on you.
God damn it, blast it all!
Here's a map.
What's a map? Okay, so head north on Interstellar Avenue, left at the asteroid belt, and a tricky 3-point turn at Uranus. What are these symbols? This corner, this is the key.
We could shut it down.
Yes, we could shut it down! But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey?